I know you're all used to these flashy, story-filled intros, but I need to get something off my chest. When we created this show, it was to share our experiences, good or bad, with you, the listener. This was to prepare you for whatever comes along during your journeys in voice acting. At the beginning of the year, I was in a good place. I was getting constant work from J-Show clips, and it was at pretty good VO rates. In April, this stopped. I have not received a script since then. And of course, because I was juggling so many roles, family, VO, work, streaming, I didn't feel like I had time for auditions. So, I had nothing to fall back on. I fell into sort of a freeze. I was paralyzed because I felt I had a snippet of my dream in my hand. And that was enough for me to be content, and I no longer needed to fight for a better position. Although after that, I did have time. I still didn't go into the booth to audition. I'm not sure if it was anger or frustration, or me not even being emotionally prepared for the amount of vulnerability you put out there when you audition. I continued to do the podcast even though I had essentially taken a time out from working in voice acting. Occasionally I did a project here and there, or even an intro, but this was stuff I was already signed up for. I didn't have my heart in it, so I felt any audition I would submit wouldn't be up to par. And people can tell when you're not 100% invested, and it would only lead to more rejection. I openly talked to some friends regarding my feelings. Most people encouraged me to do what felt best. At the time, I thought to myself, that wasn't really helpful. I wanted direction, and all I got it was just deflected back to me. Oddly enough, the beginning of me snapping out of this was financially motivated. I realized I invested in myself, and there was a clock on one of those things. Voices.com. I should note that I'm a very competitive person, so having a goal really motivated me to get back into it. So, after 16 weeks of not auditioning, I finally went back in front of the mic and put out a series of auditions. I told myself, do 5. But I had so much fun working that I did 11. The next opportunity again, I said, just do 5. I put out 10. While trying to earn myself another year of pay-to-play opportunities is nice and all, there's a possibility my heart and my mind still wasn't 100% on board. Then I received a Discord message. About a year and a half ago, I worked on 2 Skyrim companion mods. One is playable now, and the other was about 80% complete when the programmer and I just drifted away. The message I got was from that programmer. It went on to tell me that the project will continue forward, but he had to explain what's been going on. His life had become very busy, but in a good way, he put it. He was studying to become a writing major with a minor in game design. He had applied for a scholarship, which in order to be eligible, he had to submit 3 portfolios worth of work. One of them being his script for the Skyrim character. He wrote, "Without you, it would have been another text document. But thanks to your performance, I was able to give a true showcase of his dialogue and character." He ended up getting that scholarship, but was unable to return to working on his mod because of the increased load. This letter was the last part of pulling me out of my VO funk. Another opportunity has presented itself. Another VO is creating a sort of roster that he's showcasing on his website, and he can direct clients to listen to us and choose someone when he's not available to work. This, as you can imagine, is an incredible opportunity. So, that brings you all up to speed with me and what's been going on in the last few months. So what's the lesson here? Well, first off, you have time. Regardless of how busy you are, you can make time to do the things you want if you truly want it. Number 2, taking breaks is okay. You shouldn't feel guilty for stopping something if it feels overwhelming. Just don't take 4 months to get back on that horse. Finally, networking. Networking opens so many doors you just didn't know were there. Our community isn't as huge as you may think it is. If you start really looking around, you'll find that you're working with a lot of the same people, or that you'll cross paths with them in Twitter. But I can totally say that without the network that we've built here, I wouldn't have the knowledge or the drive to have the opportunities I've had. I feel more ready to take those opportunities on. Let's see what happens next, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome so much to Cold Read the Podcast by voice actors for voice actors. Intro by me. You guys all do your stories and you guys do all this other stuff. I figured I'd bring it back to the basics, so hope you all enjoyed it.
It's really sweet. It was refreshing.
It was great.
I needed to hear that today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Well, glad I could help out. So, elephant in the room, obviously, I've got Eldurrino marked, and that's not Eldurrino.
Oh, no.
Well, you know.
You know what that means, right? You know what that means.
What's that?
I think you need to remind us of something.
I think everybody needs to be hydrated at the moment.
Absolutely.
And take a drink.
Yes.
Drink
your water.
The Water Messiah Underling.
So, Eldurrino's enjoying a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Eldurrino, if you're out there.
Happy birthday.
I hope you are having a lot of fun with Meg and hope everything is working out great. So let's go through our general intros before we start. If you have any ideas, any topics, any audio that you want us to listen to, feel free to email us, coldreadthepodcast@gmail.com. We also have the World of Cold Read Discord. It's always in the description if you want to come and join us. You can ask us questions. You can submit your audio there. We'd love to hear it. We give constructive feedback. We've done it to each other. So you can't say that, we dish it out, but we can take it. And we've all improved thanks to it. So don't be afraid of doing it. With all of that said, let's check on the other side of the world and see how Renara's week has been. So Renara, how are you? How's your week been?
Oh, I've been busy. I've been quite busy, actually. I got my website finished, so I actually have a website now.
Nice. Very nice.
RenaraHawke.co.uk. I liked how it kind of rhymes. It's fun. But yeah, I have for the first time sort of not cemented, but kind of figured out my corporate rates and actually thought about literally my voice acting as a business and what it's worth, and did my research. With us having Paul Schmidt on, I knew where to look to literally find all of the corporate rates, because I was just I have no idea. So I got all that sorted. I have been powering through Skywind because I'm I want to get this finished now. It's got to be done to get that sort of finished. And I think in a weird way I've come to a weird decision that in order for me to take my next step in my voice acting journey, I think in the meantime, because I'm nowhere near full time with this at the minute, I need to earn more money to then invest more into the voice acting. So I'm currently going to look for a career change. So I am going to be focusing a little bit more on that at the meantime, and then hopefully bring in some more money, which then can hopefully not jinxing it, because you never know what the bloody market's like, hopefully earn enough to get my own home.
Ooh.
It would be very nice because then I can actually, build the booth and not have to worry about just having. Like, I mean, I love my box on stilts. Don't get me wrong; it's where I started. But I'm pretty sure I could probably benefit with standing up.
Yeah.
Yes, we all start somewhere because I am currently doing all of my stuff sat down on a very squeaky chair. So it's good for Foley, bad for when you're trying to do voice acting where you have to sit very still. But yeah, that
or a
is
podcast. Sorry.
Yes. That is the plan currently at the minute. I don't want to say too much because when you go into detail stuff, things kind of start to spiral and blah. So I'm going, right, this is the plan. Hopefully it works.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Manifesting those good thoughts.
Yes.
Oh yes.
100%. Well, good.
Good thoughts are what we need these days.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Renara. Thank you for being here. Love your cup, by the way. It's that upside down kitty one. Yes.
It says feline lucky on the inside.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
For everyone listening, it's got a cat. It's got an upside down cat on the front of it, and in the inside it says feline lucky.
Yeah, so. If you can also go check it out on YouTube. It's a good reason to bring it up.
True.
Absolutely. Thank you, Renara. Misty, how are you doing today?
I haven't really been great in a while. It's just been very existential this week because I've just been just thinking, I still don't really have the car situation sorted out, but I'm sort of figuring out what's going to change in my life once I do get one. And the thing is, I will have to get a part-time job for sure. So, it's just been that where I'm thinking I will have less time to dedicate to this. I haven't even auditioned in months either because my motivation, the weather, just everything has just been bad for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking it's not going to get any better once I get a part-time job apart from what I'm doing now. So it's
Are you still getting scripts from your YouTube gig?
I am.
Good. At least it's something.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
It's been very, very helpful, but still it's I'm just thinking it's going to be very expensive to manage per month once I get the car. It's needed, but it's going to take some investment. So I'm not looking forward to that part of the process, but just worried about a lot of things. And apart from that, I'm just trying to see if maybe I can get into some auditions right now, but then yeah, I'm worried. I'm just worried that I won't have as much time or less motivation once I start that.
Gotcha.
So it's been very bad because I really want this. I do. It's just been
it's sometimes an uphill battle as you're going.
Life's not agreeing with me. Yeah.
Right. I know how you feel. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'd say it's life just giving you little tests every now and then just to see. I think that's the way I look at it. If whatever bad stuff happens, it's just little tests to help you develop in the right direction. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Otherwise, all the bad stuff that I've been through means nothing.
It's just it's gonna last for years because I'm financing this thing. I'm gonna get a loan, so it's gonna be a change that's gonna affect me for a very long time. So it's just.
You got this, Misty. We believe in you.
The important thing is you just need to fight on through, and there will be light at the end of that tunnel. Absolutely.
No, just don't shake your head. Eventually,
it's just gonna be so sad to see people in the Discord groups I'm in do stuff before me because of this, most likely. So it's it's just gonna feel extremely shitty, but I'll get through it. I will.
Well, you've got a lot of experience under your belt. I still consider you way ahead of me in all honesty when it comes to VO stuff. So you're doing good. It's just okay. You hit a speed bump at the moment. Hopefully we can get you through it and move along.
We'll see.
Fair enough. Thank you for being here, Misty. Not Eldurrino. Garrett, hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you? How's your week been?
Very slow.
Okay.
Finally being off of work now. I've got a lot. I took my first week off just to re-energize myself. Working 50 plus hours a week was just bleh.
Yeah.
Now I took my second week. I was like, hey, I'm going to catch up on all my chores. Went out, bought some new furniture, painted my den in my living room, really nice. So now I'm like, okay, time to get to work. So now it's concentration, buckle down. I've got an appointment next week to help with hopefully some ADHD things. So, yay.
Yeah.
So other than that, yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Well, mental health is a huge, I mean, when it comes to what we do, we get so much rejection. We get so, I mean, and that's not true. We don't get rejection. We don't get picked. We never really hear you didn't get it. We know it went to somebody else and we go from there, but that's still a toll. So it's good to get that all lined up before you jump back in. But yeah, at least you're staying busy.
Trying.
Good. As far as I go, I mean, you guys pretty much just heard the story and the journey that we've been taking. There's stuff in the works. There's hopefully, some movement and some happiness. I did get shortlisted for some stuff and just waiting to see what happens on that picking process. And, hopefully we'll continue to go. And I've got now this number goal, and with my competitiveness, hopefully I'll keep moving forward. Other than that, work is bad. I mean, what can you do? I work in public service. It is what it is. Sometimes it is taxing. Sometimes it's emotionally draining, but use what you can and you move forward. So I'm here and I'm ready to go, and more auditions. So
more auditions.
Awesome.
So with all that said, AJ the VA, welcome.
Hello there.
Hello. How has your week been before we get started in getting to know you?
It's been fairly slow. Not too bad. Only like last week or so, I just sent off at least over because before the summer holidays started over in the UK, I actually landed my very first animated paid gig.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that moment where you just you actually chose me for this. You chose me. Out of all the talented people you chose me. And you just don't you just can't compute, can you?
Yeah.
And so for the fight so they had to hold it for a bit to rework the script, and then when I sent off 5 lines, and only last week I managed to send off the rest of them, which is 10 more episode scripts. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun, and I've done a couple of auditions yesterday or Friday, and I'm just waiting to hear back. That's all, really.
Nice.
That's really all we can do, right?
Yeah, you got to soldier on. Soldier on is all you can do.
Once we hit send,
Throwing them out there.
once we hit send, there's hands off. We're done. I mean, what's gonna happen from there?
True.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, AJ. So let's talk about your VA journey or VO journey, either way you want to look at it. What got you started? What got you interested in doing voice acting?
Well, okay. So everyone's aware of what was it called, Toonami back in the day?
Oh, absolutely.
Toonami?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back when I was growing up, all these great shows were on and all that stuff. And one day I heard from an old school friend that there was they're talking amongst themselves in a group, saying, "Hey, did you see that one anime thing?" And I was oh, that blood. And I'm like, what? And then my ear just perked up. And oh, hang on, what? And yeah, all these gory anime things. Well, not entirely gory, but gory enough to get you whoa thing. And they were just yeah, you need to be up at midnight or something to watch it. And I'm I don't know. You need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so one night I just decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I carefully tiptoed down the stairs of my home, just to not wake up me parents and my brother, and I just went to Toonami and turned it on, and I just saw my love for the very first time. A little anime just called Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh, I kind of knew you were going to say that.
I
Yes.
need to fucking catch up and watch that now.
That is such a good that is such a good show, and it's funny that you know it because it's Mr. Stephen Bloom, I believe. That's the main character. When he did the recording for this, he literally did it in like a garage. They were just starting all of this, so it's awesome that you identify with Cowboy Bebop. I mean, great soundtrack, great acting, great animation.
Like it was like you know those hypnotists that like dangle that coin in front of you, just like it was sort of like that. I was just so entranced by his performance and all that, and like you believe looking back at it that that's a genuine real life human being talking to you. It's such a cool laid back manner, but then 1 minute he's just like kicking people through windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was like a massive fan of like voice acting, but I just didn't really think, would I be okay with this? Would I be actually have the time to like do it?
Right.
And then I don't know, I was like 25 or something when I officially started. Because I was like interested for a bit, and my brother of all people like sent me like this little audition thing. Didn't land it, but I was like, okay, this is actually pretty fun. I want to see if I can actually do it. First time that I didn't like land the auditions, I genuinely cried.
It's rough, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I am the type of person that would hide his feelings pretty well. Like I don't want to like cry in front of people, but I just broke down in front of my mum, and she just basically told me like, well, you're not always gonna get it, but the thing is, just don't ever give up. Just keep going, and one day you'll actually get there. And yeah, I just kept soldiering on with that sort of mental attitude. I'm still going strong. I'm really trying to improve myself and all that. Yeah.
And here you are now with the first paid gig. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you remember where that first audition came from? Where did your brother find it?
I think it was it's not Casting Call Club, but it's although it might have been, I don't know.
Okay.
Voice Actors Club?
Could have been, yeah. What was I think at
Casting
that point?
Call Club.
Well,
I think it was Casting Call Club. But,
oh, gotcha.
I think there's but I think there was like a sort of twin it had, but it wasn't exactly called it. I can't remember. It was like years ago. My memory's like a goldfish.
It was probably the Voice Acting Club, because they used to have a message board that would post those too.
Yeah, probably.
So when you first started, what was your first equipment? Because everybody's always curious. What do you use? What do you start with?
I'm probably gonna get in the neck for this, because my first microphone was like this. It was like this. I can't remember its name, but it was like a gold. It was like a nice gold one, you know.
Is it like black with a gold bit, like a gold ball on the top of it?
Not exactly. No. I can't really remember it.
So it wasn't like a brand. It wasn't like a Yeti. It was basically something you either had or you ordered.
I just because my dad, I told him, right, I want to get into this voice acting thing, and I'm kind of serious about it. And so he just basically, how can I describe it? All right, you know that the video game Guitar Hero or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like a singing mic.
Yeah, he basically got me this really nasty.
Oh no!
And then after me.
No, I was going to say, those aren't actually too terribly bad, believe it or not, for the price, but they'll pick up everything around you.
Yeah.
I know that the Shure has one like that that's golden, and it has like it looks like that, yeah.
I'll probably post in the Discord if I find it.
Sure.
But the point is, you could drop a pin and that mic could pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
But then my mum was just like, "Oh, so I'm just going to get you something slightly better."
Aw.
And then I had that golden mic. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's really nice." And then as the years went by, I'm happy with my little toner now, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Gotcha. So, how long ago was it when you first started? I know you mentioned Toonami. Was it early 2000s, 2002, 2005? What are we talking about?
Well, I first got into acting at like school plays.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So you have theater background?
Sort of. I was basically background characters.
Oh, gotcha.
Tree number 5 in the background. We've all been tree number 5 at one point in our lives.
Yeah.
I wish I was tree number 5. I was number 6.
Oh, even more. Oh.
I was basically in like 2 school plays that I remember. I was in Bugsy Malone and the Little Shop of Horrors.
Nice.
Okay.
And I played Captain Spolsky. He's basically like an Irish bad Irish sounding cop of the Great Depression era. And I don't particularly remember being great at it, but it was just having so much fun having flour poured over you, pretending to be wet cement.
You went to go sleep with the fishes? Is that?
Nah, I think they were like trying to get like a clay, like they're trying to like get a footprint out, and they're like
Gotcha.
cement to like get the imprint out, but they poured it over me, and I'm frozen stiff. Hi.
Nice. Fire and Brimstone in the chat says, yes, the chorus in school plays, fond memories.
Yes. Yes. They were fun.
Well, good. So you got your first couple auditions. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and then obviously you've upgraded some of your work.
Yeah.
Where was your progression to go from where you were then, just kind of randomly to now? Where did you start finding your auditions now?
I find them mostly on Twitter or the Cast and Call Club. Like I was massively heavy on Cast and Call Club, but then like lots of like Roadblock stuff or those stupid chibi animations and animation dubs that would just fire all over the place.
Minecraft role plays.
Yeah.
Gotchas.
That was cool.
Yeah. And then it just kind of dawned on me, like one of my Discord friends was like, you know what, I think you should like go on Twitter and maybe get a name for yourself, like change your name, get an appearance, get a demo reel and all that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I doubt I'll be popular, but like a year later, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remind myself how many followers I actually got. 1,122 followers now.
Nice.
That's
a good amount.
And I'm just like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Renara just had a very interesting moment of excuse me what when it comes to her stuff too.
Did I?
Your singing stuff all of a sudden picks up some.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was really weird. Hey, it must be a British thing because both of our memories are like goldfishes. This is terrible. That was like a week ago, and I've already forgotten about it.
You guys have had a rough summer. I understand. No, what's the problem here?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know.
I detest summer. I detest it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things of like I have no idea where it came from. It was literally like it's one of those things of, and I know everyone here could probably relate to this of. I put loads of effort into like my audio dramas, months are spent on those, about 100 to 200 views. One afternoon, just singing in my booth and went, oh, this is a nice take, I'll put it up. 2,400 views in like 4 days. And then they're going, I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
I don't know what that feels like.
And then I'm just sort of like, the algorithm brought me here. I'm sorry, what? What? How does this work? And
Logic.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Also,
well, actually,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Before I started doing voiceover, I actually did some like singing on YouTube, and I kind of had fun with it, but it just didn't really go anywhere. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to pick up the voice acting thing. 1,122 followers later. What?
Yeah. Have you thought of going to another? Because you're obviously you're active on Twitter. Have you thought of doing like TikTok? Because I know TikTok VO right now is actually fairly popular.
I don't know. I kind of have like a sort of love-hate relationship with TikTok at the moment. Because I remember like a year ago or so, like one of my friends, she was like a friend once upon a time, but apparently she got kicked off for like not following their rules or something.
Uh-oh.
Right.
And like she like just put up this then like like TikTok like put on those emails like saying why you broke that rules, blah 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 blah. And she just basically said, oh, all right, so it's okay for like, I don't know, 13, 14-year-old girls barely dressed, doing all sorts of dances, and yet I'm fully clothed and I get kicked off. Where's the logic in that?
Yeah. The rules are really weird when it comes to some of these social media stuff. I mean,
don't get me started on YouTube.
Well, and it's funny because you mentioned that, because I know there was recently a particular creator on YouTube that was doing Mortuary's Assistant, who we're going to interview the voice actress for that here next month. This guy's video got completely over 18, mature, limited stuff, but yet Markiplier didn't, and he called it out. This this whole not the rules for thee, not me, a lot seems to happen when it comes to all this social media stuff.
Yeah, if they could actually just get humans to run their program instead of like robots, then we'd actually have better content, maybe.
Right.
I was recently demonetized from YouTube because they said my content is not my own.
Oh my god.
Because I'm posting fan dubs or manga dubs. Everything besides the visual is all original, but they said it's not enough and cancel monetization.
Oh gosh.
Did you appeal?
I have tried, but I don't have enough followers for them to probably worry about it.
No. You keep being the thorn in their side, all right?
Yeah.
Seriously, because you've done nothing wrong, and it technically, would it technically fall under fair use? Would it?
See, that's usually it is, because it's considered more of a I've done enough to change the original product that it's now considered my own, other than the visuals. Fair use should fall under that common use stuff.
So just be a thorn in their side and continue to appeal, because not on
Sharpen the thorn.
Oh yes.
Remind me to
Random
never piss
question
you
for-
off, Renara.
Oh yeah, no. It takes a lot. It does take, admittedly, it takes a lot. But I've been told that I mean, I've only ever had to shout at my current work like 3 times in 3 years, and that gets an entire room of year 10 boys to shut the hell up. So that to the Americans in the room, that's age like 15, 16-ish.
Yeah, roughly.
I don't know what grades that would be. I'm sorry, I'm not.
And for us, it'd be like 9th to 10th grade high school area. So,
Pretty much, yeah.
Fair play. Similar-ish. All right, cool.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Garrett. You had a question?
Oh, yes. I was going to say for AJ, one of the questions that usually comes up a lot, because I noticed that you mentioned demo reels and your friends were talking about demo reels, is at what point in your journey did you think that, like, okay, it's time for me to do a demo reel? Did you want to do it earlier, or did you want to be like the more reserved, I want to wait? Where did you kind of feel like it fit for you?
Well, that was a very good question. Because you like see the odd post like saying drop your demo reel, all that shenanigans, right? And I saw you do the fake tear thing.
It stopped me from auditioning for so many things. It's awful.
So I just thought, you know what? If this would make my VA work somewhat easy, then maybe I should just try and invest it, find the right people to take care of me, because I keep in mind I haven't had this many followers yet. So I just thought, take me into your arms.
did you source other people to help you make it, or did you do like stuff on your own? Like, did you write it yourself and got someone to edit it, or did you have someone write it, you perform it, and someone edit it? How did it come about?
Well, the very talented. I'm really sorry about this. Michael Mish Wards. Has anyone heard of her? Mish Wards. She is a very talented VA, and she just helped me out with the demo reel. She like sat me down, telling me what characters I want to voice, and she just like sat me down for the entire process because I'm not a very tech savvy person. You told me to edit it. I'm like, about that.
Gotcha. How did you find this individual? Was it somebody that you looked up on Twitter? And
I was really active on like various Discord servers before the Twitter thing blew up. Gotcha. And I just went there. Like, okay, how do I get started? I need a name. I need some stuff, and it just took off from there.
Out of curiosity, what have you done since the beginning to now improving? Have you read anything? Have you taken a class? Have you taken any coaching?
Well, this wouldn't really count as like a VA, but I had a music coach for like years until the pandemic happened. I had to stop seeing him because of health reasons. And they like helped me out with like breathing techniques and all that. And I just like took all the breathing techniques, and if I like made a mistake during auditions, I'd like listen to the track over and over and over and over again till I figured out, okay, I did that part very wrong. So I'm gonna like take down like a mental note, and then if something like this happened again, I'll be like, right, that happened, don't do that again, and we'll see if I actually landed the audition or not, because you don't want to be making the same mistake twice.
Yes. Bad habits are very hard to break once they're set, so that's absolutely important. Yeah. Have you had a favorite role that you've had so far?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I say they're my favorites, but my memory is absolutely horrible.
Oh, it happens. Yeah.
I have to look on YouTube. My acting gigs. I absolutely loved the Goblin Knights fight, which is like a comic dub, and I can't really say too much because there's like too much graphic language in it, but basically...
You can fucking swear all you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're perfectly fucking fine. It's fine.
The stream is R-rated. You're good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, good. So less tension for me.
I mean, Renara's already done it a couple of times. You're fine.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the gist of the story is there's these two knights. One of them, and they're basically like saying, what's the proper way to like fuck a goblin, essentially.
Oh boy.
Either yeah,
you're fine. You're fine. Stop it, Renara.
Sorry. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Like one of them agrees, right, you know what? Impregnating goblins is the best way to go. And my character is like, no, anal sex is the best.
Oh boy.
Out of curiosity, how did you? Is this a CCC job, or where did you get this one from, or a gig, I should say?
From Twitter. From Twitter user Bus Arrows Studios. I'd really recommend him. He's actually got me quite a few gigs, including a Merryweather comic dub, which he's helped me do, where I played the main character.
No.
The Virgin versus Chad. I'd really recommend it. It's just basically a meme sketch.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And it's funny that you mentioned a vocal coach, because one of our friends is who is Princess Pashley, does that coaching on the side and really does encourage the breathing and technique. And I mean, breath control in the booth is absolutely important. I'm terrible at it. I know I need to improve on that stuff.
Yeah. a lot of singing's techniques travel over to voice acting in a way, because it is at its core you are exercising your vocal cords just in a slightly different way. With singing, it's bloody harder, I would say.
Yeah.
But with voice acting, there's a lot of, because sometimes, and I am guilty of this, sometimes if you've breathed wrong, you'll accidentally inflect like the wrong part of a sentence and you'll sound like you're overdoing it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give a line currently because, again, my brain is not that good at remembering stuff either. So,
Welcome to the club.
woo!
Tea.
Well, very
Not
cool.
that-
Blackjack. We got blackjack and hookers in this club.
Really? That's
There.
news to me. Right. I'm just
There had to be a Futurama reference in there somewhere.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Your recording space, is this normally where you are? Do you take it somewhere else? Are you the type of person that would go into like closet with clothes? What are we talking?
I just basically shove my mic into like a wardrobe full of clothes, really. Because I mean, I was like tempted to like get those foaming things, but I had a foaming. Yes.
Yeah, as Garrett massages one of the foams behind him, and there goes Renara.
I had one of those like foam sheet, like I forgot what they're called. They're like a folding foam shield.
Oh yeah. That go around your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of them, and I had like a few complaints, like saying I might as well be recording in a tunnel. So I just thought, yeet, and just shoved my microphone into my wardrobe, which has been a
back
lot
in the
better.
closet.
It's one of those things, though, that if it's not broken, don't fix it. Because, I mean, if it's working, you're getting jobs with it, then,
Yeah.
you know.
I've
Yeah.
been getting less complaints, so that's a start.
Yeah. Because changing your audio, especially if you're halfway through a project and everything else, can be dangerous. Because you could really change the flavor and the way that your voice sounds. So, and Misty is
What?
wholeheartedly agreeing.
Oh, got him.
Considering in my back in the days when I lived with my family, sometimes I had to record from different rooms depending on what was available, and if I had to do a revision for a fiber project, that was a freaking nightmare because it sounded terrible, and I just had to pray that they didn't notice or weren't really too picky about it. Thankfully, not that much, but there were some cases where I just had to record the whole damn thing again because I just did not like how it sounded. So I'm thankful I have a stable setup right now where that's just so easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I think you not just need to find the right spot, and you just like need to. Yep. Yeah. This is like a dog marking its territory. You're mine.
You need to be sure you can give the same quality every time, at least like with quality wise. So that's the most important thing, I think.
It's a good outlier, though, that shows that there really is a budget for like everyone when it comes to soundproofing. You know, like you just said, you literally just throwing it into a wardrobe of clothes can get you, sound quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great tip for those that are starting out is just you go. It may be hot, it may be uncomfortable, but the sound level will be absolutely really good. I have no idea what's going on.
Absolutely torturous during the summertime. I absolutely despise it.
I start sweating like a minute in. It is awful. I'm just like, please
And when you
get
have
out of here.
all of like the windows closed because somebody's mowing their lawn outside and closing the door and all that
hate
jazz.
that.
It's just terrible.
I hate that.
So
I was wondering.
Go ahead.
I was wondering what software do you actually use to record on? Because I'm pretty sure everyone I think we've interviewed has something different. So I was just wondering what do you currently use?
I just currently use Audacity because it is
Good old faithful.
it's just because, like I said, I am not a very tech savvy person, and I'm just like, you know what, this is probably the most basic thing since 1, 2, 3, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna use that. Like I might be open to like using different programs, but until then, I'm just gonna stick with this.
work with what you know. Have you updated it since all of that whole another company bought it and all this other stuff happened?
Yeah, it's fully upgraded. It's
Okay.
fully in fact, I just barely learned how to do a noise reduction, which has become
Bless you.
really handy.
Yeah.
A blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I bet.
Here's another question.
Go ahead.
Do you know how to get rid of plosives on it yet, or no?
That would be that'd be a massive I don't know.
Okay, well, when I say plosives, do you know what teaching assistant mode activate? Do you know what plosives are, or at least what the word means?
No, sorry. I don't
Okay.
Perfectly poised
I don't know if I can do
possibilities.
It's when the microphone, like when your breath hits the microphone, it makes that popping sound.
Oh, where I have to like turn my head.
Yes, that.
Yes, I do that. Yes.
So remind me
Sorry.
after this. I'm gonna send you a video on how to save yourself time in Audacity and how to actually sort those out. It's not a fix-all, granted, but I've done it for other
It's an
voice actors.
improvement.
I learned it, so I would like to tell whoever uses Audacity how to do it because it will save you time. But
Cool.
there is a way. I won't go into massive because I will ramble and it won't make sense. So I'm gonna save
Rambles.
Yay! Yes!
You said it. I had to play it. I mean, you said it.
Yeah.
Fire and Brimstone says, teching with Hawke.
Eh.
That's my nickname. Fire calls me Hawk all the time. Yeah. Dragon Age 2 is my favorite game.
So, we've got maybe like 10 more minutes. So I want to make sure that we ask all the questions that we normally do. AJ, if you were able to go back in your present form to talk to the person that just started VA, what advice would you give for yourself?
Oh, I should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Well, personally, I basically slapped my other self and just like yeet that terrible microphone away.
Ah.
Out of your hand. Flap it out.
And I'd just be like, right, I'm gonna teach you everything. I know it seems crazy, but I promise you'll get there. It's a bumpy road, but you'll get there. Just talk to the side of your mic. What? Trust me.
Now, if somebody was to come up to you, if one of your followers on Twitter was to ask you, how do I get started in VA, what would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I'd probably cry, wondering why you've actually approached me, and
Fair enough.
How dare you have the audacity? Sorry.
No, I have Audacity. It's all installed. I just don't use it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wah wah.
Dad, I'm allowed.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that one.
So what would you what advice would you want to give them?
Like I'd basically want to try, because a positive mental attitude is just 100% important, because you're never gonna land the first role like straight away, never. And if you did, hats off to you, well done, you've actually did the part really well, but just don't set yourself too high of a standard. Like just like keep like a level head with like all your auditions, and just don't expect to be auditioned straight away. I would like, there's like obviously some people like saying you need to buy a better microphone. I mean, no, that's probably the last thing you should probably be focusing on. Just like I said, just if you make a mistake, listen to that mistake over and over again, learn from it, and then just take the leap of faith to like become the better performer you know that you are capable of being.
I like that. It's very good.
I like that too.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny you should mention that, because everybody wants to throw in and invest all the money and put in all this, $800 microphone, $1,500 booth. Yeah. Yeah, it's and they don't realize that room treatment and your acting are going to get you much further than any equipment that you can buy.
Always ask them, like, can you act first? That's usually my first thing. Is if you can't act, just yelling into a microphone is not going to always land you something, but I could be wrong.
No.
Oh, and there's also like one more thing.
Sure.
Like, this might sound a little strange, but if you have like an egotistical mindset, just drop it. Like, there's no easy way of putting it, because there's nothing worse than like a performer with like an ego the size of the planet, because you're just going to be insufferable, and you're just going to make work life so much more difficult than it needs to be.
And that falls back to networking, because if nobody wants to work with you, nobody's going to recommend you.
Yeah, that's fairly true. But just keep like a level head and just remember where you come from, because I've read like a lot of like stories of like performers with egos, and sure, people like Marlon Brando were like great actors, but the stories of him being so awkward are legendary. Like, you're just like, how nobody choked you out is amazing.
Like, you get away with it if you're like an extremely big name, that it's like your name speaks for itself. But even then, there are people that are like, I don't want to work with this person. Personally, I do not want to work with this person. And just to have that opinion it does carry on. Like, you may be a big name, you may still get work, but it does affect. And in voice actors, so many voice actors, like big voice actors, people talk about that kind of stuff, and it's like they get work, but I wouldn't want to have that kind of reputation, honestly.
I tend to find that when people behave that way, the world has its way of going, no, you're not going to be like that. No. Bad you.
Yes. Naughty, go in your timeout corner.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, this is a community, and we work together as a community, and we've all seen. I mean, I saw a recently on Twitter even of somebody who was blatantly disregarding someone's pronouns, and it was just.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was that thing of just that. No matter your opinion on anything, be it political, religious, whatever, that should not affect you wanting to work and create art.
Yeah, I was twitching at that Twitter post, by the way, because my gosh. Sorry, Garrett.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I was gonna say I think I have to ask this since Eldurrino's not here. Pizza toppings. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Good.
Oh,
Someone said
it. Just like meat. Just like
I love it.
Nice.
Like a whole lot of meat, and like cheese in the actual crust of the pizza, like stuffed crust.
Stuffed crust meat lovers pizza. Damn.
Yes.
Yes.
When I go all out, I will go all out on that pizza. Can I have some? No.
Mine.
Devour this monster.
My precious. My precious.
Out of curiosity, before we continue on, did you have any questions that you're curious about us? And keep in mind, saying no is perfectly acceptable.
Okay. Probably the most cliched question I could probably think of right now.
Sure.
Where do you see yourself in like 10 years from now?
Ooh. I'll go last because I already know my answer. I guess I should go first because I know my answer.
Yeah.
So in 10 years from now, I will be retired from my current job because I've already got that set up and ready to go. Hoping to be able to dedicate more time to what is these hobbies that I do. One of the things that I've said about voices.com, it's so hard to be competitive because unless your butt's in the chair when the audition comes out, it's very difficult for you to get that in. So I'm hoping to accomplish that within the next 10 years. I will also have a very nice retirement, which means that I can focus and try to make voice acting my primary career, hoping to have representation by that point. And we'll see, even if I don't see myself as a medium tier, just somebody that gets to do something every now and then, I'd be very happy with that.
And hopefully grow that smashing beard back.
No, my wife has banned the beard. The best I could do is just the goatee. So Yes. Thank you for mentioning that. Though. For now. Yes, massive for now.
All right.
Who else wants to go?
I will say I'm hoping to travel more, and also, of course, the goal is to have something representation. I want to be in a mainstream something. I have the anime protagonist voice. I just need the chance. Give it to me, somebody. I'll be your anime boy.
Yes.
I can attest. I can attest to his yes, Badger.
Badger.
Honey Badger.
Cool.
I'll go next. I'm sorry.
All right,
okay.
let's go, Renara.
In the next 10 years, I guess I would like to. I'd like to be doing this alongside working with like young people and helping them to like within the arts and sort of doing both that and voice acting sort of intertwined. So helping young creatives realize, hey, this is a thing and it's a legitimate thing that no matter what the school system tells you, you can make money off of this. Don't let the school fit like that. And then hopefully as I do more, maybe come out of that and into full-time voice work. But next 10 years, want to get to that point where I'm doing voice work as a business alongside using those skills to help young creatives.
All right. Nice.
Misty?
I just want to say if I don't have representation in the next 10 years, I'll be a really depressed person because I don't have any like career aspirations. So I'm just going to be doing the same sort of thing I am now, which is very depressing to think about. So it's like, if I don't make anything out of voice acting or acting in general, because that's just all I've ever wanted to do, it's going to be a really depressing life. So my only hope is that I can do something because I have nothing else.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, if we keep it up, we're going to freaking just drag you down and keep you going if we need to.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. I do not want to keep working customer service for the rest of my life.
Oh,
I think it's like,
and you won't.
No.
You will not. Because you already don't want to.
I need money. And if I don't make enough money from this to support myself, then I'm just going to be stuck like this. And it's a terrible existence, but it is what it is. I don't have anything else I really aspire to or...
And
I
mean,
interested.
making your ends meet is super, super important. So, I know it's not always what you want to do, but
life won't always be the way it is, Misty. It won't.
I mean, I'm so happy I have my partner because he knows exactly what that's like. He has been in that situation. He has been entry level for like 10 years, so he knows that. And It's like, you know my pain.
Great question. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Much appreciated. Any parting words for anybody who's listening before we head off?
If you actually do want to like get to where you are, just don't let anyone tie you down. Just charge through, and if they're content on being miserable and trying to make you miserable, just let them be. If they're the type of person that just wants to make you miserable, just why should you stick around with them?
It's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, thank you so much, AJ. I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure. So next week we're gonna have Renara working on the intro.
Well, okay. It's technically me and Eldurrino because we have been working on this for months.
Okay, but I still expect another intro from Eldurrino afterwards.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
Thank you for the reminder for that.
I've already got to see the script for his next one.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just know that the next intro, it will be not too long, but it will be something quite different to normal, but it is Legend of Cold Read related, and I want to know all of your theories after you've listened to it.
Ooh.
All right? Because there is I'll give you a clue. There's a lot of lore in this thing, right?
Ooh.
But it's all sort of coded.
Do it for the lore.
The lore.
Juicy.
Juicy lore.
Excellent.
So I'm going to be intrigued to see what you guys all think. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Indeed, indeed.
Awesome.
Thank you for everybody who's been here. Thank you for those of you that are in chat, Fire and Brimstone and Orange. Thank you both for putting stuff in. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys are listening to us or if you're watching us on YouTube and you want to talk to us or you have any questions, you can email us, coldreadthepodcast@gmail.com, coldreadthepodcast@gmail.com. Or you can join our Discord, the World of Cold Read, and you can come in. We play video games on here. We forward your questions on. We have a really, really big network of actors, producers. If you have a question, we can probably find you an adequate answer outside of how do I get famous, because we're still trying to figure that out. We'd
Speak for
love.
yourselves, darling.
Get Chris Pratt's agent is
Oh
what
my God.
Pretty much, yeah.
We like bring him up every month. It's crazy. But I mean, he has a really good fucking agent. To the point where we bring him up.
He just needs to stop. Period.
Remember when Crown Stag said his name and I legit thought you knew him for like a split second?
Oh, I made a whole TikTok about that. I know.
You did. Oh.
If you have any audio that you'd love to us, we'd love to hear it. We'll listen to it live and we'll give you constructive feedback. You can either send it to us in Discord or you can bring it to us to coldread at gmail.com. Coldreadthepodcast at gmail.com. Pardon me. Apparently, I'm losing my voice for a moment. But until next time, I will pass it on to Renara, even though AJ already did a really, really good outro. Renara.
I wasn't sure if you were going to do that. All right, cool. So 1, learn to rest, take breaks, as Zamoody has told us. But again, don't take 4 months to get back in the saddle.
No.
But number 2, do not compare your journey to anyone else's. You are a completely unique individual with unique circumstances that can probably empathize and sympathize with other people, but this is your path, and you are in
100%
control
agreed, yes.
of doing that, of walking that path. And lastly, you are beholden to nobody but yourself. I know I say it all the time. You are the master of your own destiny. You choose what you do and what you do not do, and you have power in that. And finally, you do not need permission to create anything. If you've got an idea, you want to do it. And this is Renara Hawke telling it, you do need permission to make money off of it if it's somebody else's work, granted. But if it's an original thing and you want to make it, go for it. No one's stopping you.
Thank you. Thank you, Renara.
Do it.
Thank you so much, guys. Everybody, till next time, we will catch you all later. And bye-bye.
Bye.
Drink water.
There you go. Thank you.
Drink water, yes.
I failed.
You failed the water messiah.